sun. I've spoken now. Maybe I can be someone to give your love. Oh, maybe I can hold my soul. I've spoken now. Maybe I can be someone to give your love.
When I say it's so hot in my room right now, it is so hot. I usually have the blinds closed because it lets the sun, or stops the sun from coming in. But I wanted to open it for the lighting because it looks a little dark. But anyways, even with the blinds down, it's still ridiculously hot in here. Okay, yeah. So there's been quite a lot of updates because I've had to do quite a few things. Hold on, I'll turn the fan off for now as well too. It's been a busy like last couple days / week or whatever. So just quickly to touch on the assignments page, or not assignments page, the course page. You now have headers, so you have the option to, or the header images. You can change the header images, or you can remove them. So usually the courses start like this or whatever, and then you can give it a header image, just like that. And then I was gonna do the details. I left it out for now because I'm still not sure exactly what to put in there. Like, I think in the last video I said it would just be like important, quick information, like TA information, office hours, but I don't think it's like a huge priority, and I kind of want to make sure I know exactly what to put in that before I start doing it. But then there's an assignments page. I'll show you one that actually has assignments. I believe this one should. Nope. This one does. So yeah, this is just the assignments tab. You can see that red means late. It's kind of bright. Might make it a little dimmer. But then yeah, you can do the same thing here. Edit your assignments like that. So that's the course page. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep it like that for a bit. And then kind of move on from this now onto other things. What we also changed too is we color coded them here. So now everything on your calendar has a color that's like related to that course. So you can now change, like, it just keeps stuff more organized. And same thing with the notes here, changed it to the actual color of the course. And one thing that I did do as well, which I talked about before, was now when you click on like any recent note, it opens up where that note actually was and which course. So it's not like you don't have to dig through all the files just to kind of get everything. You can just immediately click it and then boom, you're in right where you need to be, which I think is super handy. I did some updates to the courses page as well. You just can archive courses now. So for example, archive course, just for when like you're done the semester or whatever, set them active. Just something basic for now. Delete courses. I wasn't sure. I don't know if I like how this looks, because if you don't have a header, it's just like a black box. I'm gonna keep it like this for now, but I feel like that needs to change a little bit in the future. But for now, it's like not a huge deal, I don't think. So yeah, next on the list, look into legal options. That was something that I totally overlooked. Just some things like privacy policy, or not even privacy policy. There's a bunch of things like terms of service I've never seen anything about before. There might be something with like data protection or something like that. Like, I don't know, I just have to look into it still, but there was like a couple of I think there was like at least 5 documents you need to at least start it. I don't know if you need it or if it's just good to have. I also have to look into that as well. But yeah, I have no idea. Then after that, note tabbing, I think will be huge, just to get the tabs at the top of the note. And then OpenAI Edge functions, which is something that I'm looking into now quickly with Subabase, to kind of get everything in, to get everything working properly with Edge functions. Because the problem I had was since React doesn't have like a server, like you can't query or call like Subabase with or call the API OpenAI. I can't even focus. But since React doesn't have like it's not like Next.js where you can just you have a server component, you can I'm gonna have to use Edge functions to call OpenAI's API to like generate the flashcard so it doesn't expose the API key in the network tab. So yeah, gonna figure that out today. Hopefully that's on the plan today for sure. And I don't know how far I'm gonna get on the note tabbing thing, but I'm gonna at least attempt some of it. And I also hosted everything. I got the invite set up, so now like signups are disabled, but I got the invite flow set up so that now I'll be able to send invites. I still have to do it manually. I think I could automate it somehow, but I don't know like how difficult that'll be. Like there's a query for, but I don't know. I'll still have to look into that, but it's not the worst thing to have to do it manually. But the invites work, so there'll be a flow and everything. So you'll be able to, like, right when you join the invite, like, or right when you accept the invite, like, you'll be good to go. So I got that working properly. So yeah, now it's just focusing on this OpenAI stuff for today. There's still like a few other things. Like I want to do a cool sign up animation that when you sign up or accept your invite, it does like some kind of cool loading animation instead of just like puts you right onto the homepage. It would just like, it'd be more like a premium experience to just have like a nice smooth loading animation. It could be overkill, but I don't know. If it's too hard, I'm not gonna do it. But if it's something simple enough, like I'll just throw it in there. Also, if you guys are new here, the goal with these videos just to document the process from start to finish of just building an app. I'm building an app. It's a productivity app for students. There's a lot more than that, but that's just like the basic summary of what it is. And again, I'm not expecting anything of this. A lot of people comment thinking I'm expecting this to like pop off. It's like, I just had this idea and I wanted to see it through and document the whole process of it. I don't have any expectations of it turning into anything. It's just for a learning experience. And I think it'll be good too to have not only to look back on, but to go through like some difficult things. I'll be documenting all the hardships and then showing them on the video. So if you guys are like kind of in a similar stage, you can kind of take kind of my experiences and the stuff that I go through and kind of avoid them if you can, if it's like a common problem, things like that. And then if it is motivating, like, and inspiring, that's also a huge plus. But yeah, that's basically the whole reason behind these videos. I'm not gonna ever sell a course or anything like that, so like you don't have to worry about any of that. Like I just want to strictly make it a documentation video. Like I even got a couple emails already about like advertising their softwares for them. But like, even if I wanted to do that, there's no good way to make it authentic enough to just throw an ad out there. I think the best way to do like affiliate marketing from a creator standpoint is if it's just like the Amazon affiliate links where it's like you just subtly link them in the bio. Like it could be your chair, it could be your desk, your keyboard, whatever. And you don't really mention it. If people are curious, they'll see it in the description. Like I feel like that's the best way to do it. But like to randomly cut the video in half and then start talking about some software that it doesn't even relate to the audience, I don't know. It's just I don't plan on doing that. So yeah, that's just want to throw that out there as well. Yeah, I don't know how good this lighting is gonna be. I might not use the clip, honestly. But I don't even think the phone's gonna stay up, honestly. But yeah, it's just before 5. Just going to the gym now. There's a certain level of peace that you can't really replicate. Like you can just see no one's awake, no one's really doing anything. But like that just has like such a certain peace with it that you can't really get at any other time of the day. It's like just so relaxing. I feel like it's so hard to wake up early, like especially like I don't do it all the time. I want to start getting into that because I feel like routines are so powerful, and you have so much more time in a day than you think. Like even just looking at my screen time, like it's only like 4.5, 5 hours. Like this guy's out for a run right here. That's crazy. But like 4.5, 5 hours a day. It's like whatever. That's not. It could be worse. But at the same time, if you think about like even at the high end, 5 hours of your day just on your phone of like your awake time. Like I feel like that's such a waste of time because it's not even like I need my phone for anything besides entertainment or texting, right? So I mean, you could easily do that in under 2 hours or so, which isn't that bad at all. I think you have a lot more time than you think, and it's just about managing that time properly. And what I started to do as well is I just, on my calendar, I would block out I'd plan my days better and just kind of block out time for everything and still give myself breaks. But like, as you see, like when you do that and you plan like every day, you'll see all these gaps and you're like almost struggling to fit in everything, or not struggling to fit, you're almost struggling to fit more in because there's just so much room, because you have like the whole day, and if you're not wasting time, like it's so easy to squeeze things in. Like it's not bad at all, and you end up having more time. I think the hardest thing is actually sticking to the schedule, but I don't know, I think if you're struggling with like procrastinating or anything, just try to get a solid schedule, solid routine in. I think even just the act of sticking to a routine helps just the confidence in just everything else. So like, it just makes you feel better overall. Then that will carry over into the work day, especially if you start your day off well. I know a lot of people don't believe in the whole morning routine. Like there's like no magic with it. And it's like, I agree. Like it's honestly, like if you're doing like a 17-step morning routine, like there's no point in doing all that. I just think it's good to start your day off right and doing something that maybe you don't want to do, and it's just like challenging, and it just sets the day off right. Like if you say the night before, because the motivation the night before is always 10 out of 10. The night before, if you say you're going to do something and you feel great, you know, you're really hyped up to do it, then you wake up in the morning and that all goes out the window. You're like, fuck that, I don't want to do that. And there's just nothing, you don't want to do anything but sleep. Like nothing feels better than just sleeping. That's when, if you actually do the thing you were gonna do, it sucks in the moment, obviously, but right when you're done, you get like such a big reward, like just knowing that you did it, and then that carries on through the day. And then starting your day like that versus just scrolling on your phone, wasting 2 hours, which is like, that's what I used to do, and I still do sometimes. Like an hour, 2 hours will go by and I'm still like on my phone, haven't even gotten up. It's just something that I think I have to get better at, is just sticking to a solid morning routine. Nothing crazy, just getting up early and getting the gym in. And that's literally all I really care about. And then on the non-gym days, still getting up early and just like, I don't know. I think it's easier than we think, but we like to make it complicated. Also, I think too, this is something that I was thinking about the other day, is it's so easy to feel like you're behind or late, because you know, you see on social media all the time people like doing way better than you, just at different stages of life, right? But that's all you see. You see it, especially when you start watching it, that's what your page just all becomes, is just purely that. So it's honestly a little demotivating at times. It's like, I think it's inspiring and motivating seeing people ahead of you, of like where you want to get to. But at the same time, if you start seeing it all the time, and you see a bunch of younger people, you know, doing better than you, it's like you start getting in your head a little bit. And like for me personally, I start feeling like I'm late or I feel rushed. And like at the end of the day, there really is no rush. You know what I mean? Like it's just everyone's at their own pace. And I think it's a little bit of a skewed mindset to, it is still comparing it, but I mean, obviously I struggle with it still, but I think a good example, and I can't remember where I heard this, but it makes a lot of sense. If you just think about your real life circle, who you know, who else is kind of doing the similar thing, right? Like I don't know a single person like in my circle, whatever, that has like a similar ambition, like, or is at least trying to do the same thing or wants to do the same thing. So it's like, when you think of it that way, it kind of makes it less, like you don't feel as behind. You kind of feel like you stand out a little more, which is a little bit more motivating, I think. But we're about to, I don't know how good that lighting is. We're about like 5 minutes from the gym, so that's all I kind of wanted to rant about today. It's the first time doing this car thing. If the footage turns out decent, I'll try to do it again. But if the lighting's bad, then there's not really much I can do because I don't want to drive with a flash in my face the whole time. But yeah, almost at the gym now, so pick up the camera after the gym or after the workout. So, yep, see you then. All right, we're back from the gym now. I usually start my days, because obviously I still have to work too, like for my actual job. So I start my days off with that, because if I don't start my days with that, I'll never get to it. And then after that, I kind of just transition into doing like kind of the stuff on my own. So I have 2 meetings today, which is nice. They're probably gonna be quick, but it's good to have meetings to kind of fill the day. And then yeah, I have some other things that I'm gonna work on as well at some point today. But then yeah, after we're gonna get back into this stuff. I couldn't figure out the edge functions thing. I was still looking into it last night, and then I'm gonna have to look into it again tomorrow or today, because they updated it, or they updated how they do it now. When I first got them set up last year, or like it might have even been 2 years ago now, it wasn't the same. So it's like kind of relearning it, and it was trickier than I thought, or at least there's like a knowledge gap that I have to fill. But yeah, I'm gonna have to spend a little more time on that. So basically the same things that I was supposed to do yesterday, I'm kind of continuing today, because I was stuck on that edge function thing for a while. So hopefully I can get that wrapped up today. But yeah, I'll update you guys once if I do figure it out. Okay, I just saw this comment right now. Can you make a video showcasing the tech stack for it? I get asked that a lot, and pretty much what I'm using for this, I picked whatever I was the most familiar with, because if you're trying to build something quick, like whatever you're most familiar with is the best way to do it, because you can just build things really fast. So it's React, Supabase, a little bit of Shad CN, Medusa UI as well is kind of in there some places. Hosted with Vercel, Tailwind. That's pretty much the main things that I'm using. I think a lot of people use more complex stacks than that, but I just keep it so simple with like React and Supabase is like, it does everything you need it to do. I don't know why, like I know it's popular, but I don't know why a lot more people use it. Because it's like, especially if you're more like front end focused, not saying you don't have control over the back end, but it's like Supabase just handles like pretty much all of that for you. So yeah, maybe there's a downside that I'm just not aware of, but like right now, like it just seems like a no-brainer to use that, like at least to get things out fast. It just seems so easy. Okay, so the edge functions, I got that finally working. It was it took me longer than I thought it would, because like I said, I've done it before, but it was a while ago, and yeah, it was really different this time. I don't know, it was a little bit weird to like connect properly, and like the docs I found didn't really help that well. It was all kind of different syntax. I don't know, I got it to work in the end, so that's all that matters. But that's working now, which will be huge, because that's how we're gonna do pretty much all the AI functionality from this point on. Next week will be really interesting. So next video is probably gonna be a lot of just documenting what happens after getting users on it. I don't know exactly what it's gonna look like, because it's like my first time doing that, but it'll be pretty interesting in the side of things, or to see the side of things after all these waitlist signups, to see how many people actually turn into users and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know what to expect, but I mean, we'll just see how it all plays out, and then that'll be most of next week's video. So yeah, I'll see you all then. And if you made it this far, comment just comment LOL. Yeah, just comment LOL. And yeah, just because I'm actually kind of curious to see how many people make it this far. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys next week.